Up next on Bayou Time, we'll introduce you to another candidate for State Senate District 21. That's the seat filling former State Senator Butch Gautreaux, filling that seat. Also, Lafourche Parish District Attorney Cam Morvant will join us, and we'll open up the phone lines, 879-1231. That's all next on this edition of Bayou Time.
In the heart of the bayou, we are gathered here tonight. Now it's time for action, 'cause our lives are on the line. Tonight we'll do our very best to break through all the bureaucratic mess. The time has come tonight, 'cause it's Bayou time. Show what Louisiana's all about.
This Bayou Time is hosted by local attorney Jason Dagate.
Hello once again, and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm Jason Dagate. Thank you for joining us. And just a little rundown of tonight's program before we go to Jason Serenier and the top stories around the area. Joining us at the top of the hour will be candidate for State Senate District 21, Brent Alain from and we were talking about it earlier, and I apologize, from Adeline, Louisiana. And also joining us later on will be District Attorney Cam Morvant of Lafourche Parish. And we'll talk about the synthetic drugs, which actually goes in. This is a new law that will go into effect. You've been seeing it a lot here on Bayou Time, the new law that's been pushed. Martin Falls did some undercover investigation and undercover stories, which we brought to you here on Bayou Time, that led to District Attorney Joe Waits and Cam Morvant and other DAs from around the area really getting behind this new law, and it goes into effect making those synthetic drugs illegal, and that will actually take effect on July 15th, right around the corner. So we'll talk about that issue with District Attorney Cam Morvant. Also, we'll have the 2-year health segment with Terrebonne General Medical Center. Dr. Doria will be here. He's a medical oncologist with the Mary Bird Perkins Center at Terrebonne General Medical Center. The subject will be UV Safety Month, and we'll talk about skin cancer as well. Also, for our Wednesday night nickel segment, Graham Harvey will be here, and his guest will be Dr. Stephen Hulbert, president of Nicholls State University. And Stan Gravois will take you home with sports tonight on Bayou Time. So we have a lot of information to bring you tonight on Bayou Time. We'll start things off with candidate Brent Alain for State Senate, and also we'll go into open up the phone lines before we bring on the District Attorney of Lafourche Parish. So we'll have some time after we bring on Mr. Alain. If you want to give us some calls, 879-1231. We can continue on the topic we were discussing last night, or any other topic you would like to discuss tonight. And as most of you know, this is normally Martin's show on Wednesday night, but he had some previously scheduled matters that he needed to attend to, so that's why I'm hosting if you're a regular viewer of Bayou Time. So with that, we'll go into today's top stories, and when we return, we'll recap things.
In state news, Governor Bobby Jindal in Jenna signs legislation banning the sale of bath salts in the state. The ban, which goes into effect on July 15th, is meant to stop the sale of bath salts and other synthetic narcotic drugs that have been surging in popularity in recent months. The bill criminalizes several base chemical groups of these drugs and any manipulation of their base compounds. Earlier this year, Governor Bobby Jindal signed an executive order banning some forms of these narcotics. In Lafourche news, the director of Lafourche Parish's Permits Office, Frank Morris, gets to keep his job after the Lafourche Parish Council fails by 1 vote to fire him. In a 6-3 vote, the council failed to get enough votes to fire him. Lately, some council members are expressing some concerns about the pace and hassles with the permit office. Voting for removal were Rodney Doucet, Joe Fatita, Daniel Lorraine, Matt Mathern, Philip Go, and Lindell Toops. Voting against were Mike Delott, Jerry Jones, and Louis Richard. In police news from Thibodaux, a man holds up traffic in Thibodaux Tuesday evening after he sheds his clothes down to his underwear and threatens to jump off the Jackson Street Bridge. Thibodaux police took into custody Mike Rodrigue after he held up traffic for 20 minutes and yelling about needing a cigarette and nerve medication. Rodrigue was transported to a local hospital after the incident, and the case remains under investigation.
All right, there you have it. That's a look at the top stories from around the area. We thank Jason Dagate for bringing us those updates. As if you joined us last week, we had Lafourche Parish President Charlotte Randolph, who talked at length about the permitting process in Lafourche Parish, and she also addressed the issue of Frank Morris, and that the council, at least some members of the council, were trying to I guess, take him out of that position. Well, he'll remain there as they failed in trying to unseat him there from his job by one vote, as Jason Dagate surmised for us just there. And also, an issue we'll be talking about with Lafourche Parish DA Cam Morvant, the synthetic marijuana bill and the synthetic drug bill has been signed by the governor. It will take effect on July 15th, and we'll talk more about that as the show goes on. What we'll do is we'll take a short break. When we return, we'll have Brent Allen, candidate for State Senate, District 21, on the set of Bayou Time.